You wanted.
I wanted. So that
because you were not sure.
I was not sure. And who does that in these days and times?
You.
See, this matter no funny. As far as I know it, they printed more supposedly printed more.
Yeah.
Somebody, a governor's aide was shot and killed on Lupo Bridge also in Abeokuta, when you had gone to withdraw 100 and something million, and thieves cut away with that. But the common man does not have access to print to withdraw money. You go to ATMs, you can't find money there. You go to whatever.
Serious. So it doesn't say counterfeiters must be at work.
What you're seeing with counterfeiters doing is basic economic behavior, psychological behavior. That when one misbehavior is put out and in this case the CBN's misbehavior with not being able to give us enough money to get, what is people to do? You are creating the leeway for thieves and for counterfeiters to have a field day.
All right, Cyril, another story.
They have no solution to this. Look at in Katina, people take their rams and cows to the market to sell. Then you come and say, let me transfer. They said, we're not going to take transfer.
Now the one where I see for eye.
And then they take their wares back to their homes. It's not done. In Kanu, there's cash crunch. In Kasina, there's cash crunch. In Adama, there's cash crunch. So much so that in some villages, if you're able to take about $1 million to somebody to say, cash, this is money, they will pay you transport cost. They will pay you special money for bringing them. Then they will pay you what's it called? The charges for bringing the money to them.
Cyril, no vex.
How are we doing?
No vex. You are talking like an aluta man.
To be sincere, to be honest with you, this is purely man-made.
Okay. All right.
We brought on ourselves.
The next story is not man-made. Nature-made. Kokori's last words are live heroes' life even in death.
Certainly. And let me say that Nigeria is not even celebrating this man enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because of the distanciation we've created between our history and our reality. If not for men like Frank Kokori, the gains we now enjoy as democracy
may not have come.
Mm. You know, people talk about all kinds of groups. There were men who staked their lives. This man was imprisoned by Abacha for 4 years. He was
Abacha's nemesis. I can't forget.
The Pope, Nelson Mandela, ILO, all these groups were at a point he was the key talking point on their desks. When you talk of heroes of democracy, I know a lot of people have come to have become the harvesters.
Oh yeah,
have become the reapers from where they didn't so. But may God bless you. So sincerely speaking, Nigeria owes this man a debt. And if only to put it in perspective, the national a film corporation or one of these people just do a small biopic on Frank Kokori. Maybe a 4-part mini series.
It is not asking for too much.
It's not asking for too much, frankly speaking.
Yeah.
Biographical an epic on him would just be great.
All right, Cyril, the next story will give you a tumble in the tummy. Mm-hmm. Kaduna bombing. Governor kicks over DHQ's statement, demands retraction.
You will see this. I wish I could get the paper where that. You will see the same headline on another daily and see what the governor actually said. This is the governor kicks. What was he kicking?
Not be football.
He didn't kick. Please, the governor chided, berated the DHQ. In fact, he said what they said was not true. I'm certain. Defense headquarters. I'm sure. The problem is this. Sheikh Gumi said yesterday that what happened in Kaduna in Tudumbiri was premeditated, was deliberate, was planned, was orchestrated. I don't believe him. Citizen Jones, I don't believe Sheikh Gumi for once. I don't think that the Tinubu presidency will deliberately. I mean, that's far-fetching. Yeah. But you see, we have problems. It is the way and manner in which it is being handled. That is what is now giving the impression that what men like this are saying could have some element of truth in it. Not that I still believe what he said, but when you don't handle a small injury the right way, it could fester.
Yeah.
Am I correct, sir? Now, you remember the way Aguirre also handled the coups of the First Republic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Many scholars have said that was what actually set the stage for the counter coup.
No. If he acted properly,
yes,
we won't be here.
Yes, because those people we are going to grant interviews in newspapers and talking about the glories of what they did on January 15th.
Oh, yeah.
Now this same president is making the same mistake. He is setting the stage for what will look like the president hates the North. He has to act fast. I wonder why he has not fired Minister of Defense, fired the NSA, fired the service chiefs. Or why these men, the service chiefs, defense minister, NSA, will not honorably do what is right to by resigning. Okay. Because an error of this kind is not solved by apologies. You don't do this. We're not in a fishing pot in a place we call them Borokiri. We are Mama do some live
make it go. Cyril, I get the impression
a government government of institutions and laws.
I think
who pressed the button and why? Who gave the authorization? Look, at this point, all this talk about classified is no longer necessary. At what point was the army given the clearance to start using air capacity, for example?
Cyril, we must move. The next story should gladden your mind. Dangote refinery receives first consignment of 1 million barrels.
Well, some said it's true. Some said it didn't happen. Some said the real thing will happen today, because I'm not sure I've seen, I may be wrong, but I'm not sure I've seen pictures of that event. So, because I spoke to a friend who said he had spoken with the spokesman of the refinery and they had shifted the event.
Spoken to spokesman.
Yes, and then
who spoke?
Yes, in the spoken sparking. I used to have a local pastor back in the day. When you wrote, if you wrote a letter, you say you have come to spoken sparking again.
Oh, come on!
Because some of us wanted to be very impressive when we were writing. so now citizen, but somebody was even saying that he saw a business reporter in a prominent national on national TV said yesterday that he actually saw with his eyes the thing landing. Then I called a business editor of another TV station who said it happened yesterday, but that the media whatever was going to happen today. So, and then someone said that he spoke to the spokesman of Dangote who said that the event had been postponed. Sincerely speaking, this report is everywhere on the internet, but anyway, it is good that the Dangote refinery. I'm not an enemy of progress. So it's good if the refinery receives the crude and they do business. Only that we've been told that Dangote refinery will not make the price of crude because PMS come down in Nigeria. So I don't know whether I should be celebrating it or not. But it's good if they have it. I'm not an enemy of progress.
Okay. This day is the next paper here. Use diplomacy to free 30 Nigerians abducted by Cameroonians. National Assembly begs President Tinubu.
Use diplomacy to free 30 Nigerians abducted by Cameroonians. So the Cameroonians are abducting us. Boko Haram in Nigeria are abducting us. Terrorists are abducting us.
Who remain?
Headsmen are abducting us.
Who remain?
The day a proper intelligence audit will be done to reveal what we have lost in this, I don't know what to call it now, in this chaos that we find ourselves in. I'm sure the story will be too long to tell. Because even in the Bible they said the things Jesus did were too many that they couldn't enter everything, but they've entered the few that they think would be good for man to be saved by. So, excuse me, the day we get to know the truth about everything else, and the Cameroonian government wouldn't lift a finger. We were the ones who, these people from Abyssinia came to hold a meeting in Abuja. The DSS went there at the base of the presidency. I want to believe, rounded them up and handed them over to and said you can't be planning the secession of Cameroon in Nigeria. Now the reality is that international relations is not always based on right or wrong. It's based first on self-interest.
As indeed anything.
I'm telling you, this international relations is not based on moral right and wrong. Somebody was talking to me about Gaza and Hamas yesterday. Hamas and Israel. I said, God, leave that matter. It's a question of what is going on in Gaza between Hamas and Israel is a proxy war. So leave it there.
No put hand.
Hamas and those people that don't have the capacity to beat the Iron Dome. Whoever gave Hamas the power to fire those rockets to beat the Iron Dome has to answer You know that much. So, you can't be the one to determine how far Israel wants to go. Leave that one for them. Now back to this story.
Yeah.
So what is the Cameroonian government doing about this? Are we friends of Cameroon now, or are we enemies?
Or foes?
Where do we stand with Cameroon? Because you can't have Cameroon is not part of ECOWAS anyway, but you can't have Nigerian, and they say 30. How are we sure there's even 30?
Okay. Shall we try other stories?
The one that happened in Lafia, Gandu Federal University in Lafia, they kidnapped. You know the way they kidnap our people. I don't even understand. People have mastered the art of kidnapping us in droves, in hundreds, in scores, in dozens, and nothing happens. We didn't see when they were buying the bikes to do the job. We didn't see when they were gathering intelligence. We didn't see when they were money. We don't see anything. But somebody mistakenly pressed mistakenly. Let me use mistakenly by default. Somebody mistakenly pressed a drone that kill people. That Dundumbiri is not a village. Dundumbiri is not a village.
Cyril.
I'm talking of the Kaduna bombing. That place, look like a village.
Cyril, stories plenty now.
And
Cyril, I don't want vex you. I don't want to make you vex.
Because I don't know if they've had a track record of that
Cyril,
area.
Shall we move ahead?
We shall. Move. We shall.
Okay. Tinubu congratulates Akpabio on his how many now?
61st birthday.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Okay.
At least the life expectancy in Nigeria is for 50 what now? So if he has beaten the mark to reach 50,
you don't reach 50.
I never near.
Okay.
But if Akpabio he don't he has crossed to 61, it means he has beaten the life expectancy in Nigeria.
But if General T.Y. Danjuma retired is 85, it's a plus.
No, of course
plus.
It is. Except that we also need to look at how the poor are able to do you need to be wealthy to be able to to breast the tape of longevity?
Okay, Dino Melaye enumerates lessons from Kogi governorship election.
Of course. I'm not sure Dino is going to court.
Which of them?
I'm not sure he's going to court. The tribunal to contest the outcome of the election. You know what happened? In Kogi State, three days ago, thereabout, gunmen or armed robbers, I don't know what to call them, attacked the secretary of the tribunal.
Yeah.
And stole the petitions.
After the Rex house was attacked on Friday.
Burnt. That one can't be like political armed robbers. See, all these things that we're doing.
Be like say man, they watch terrible films. All right, the listener wants
in this day and age, why is the so they didn't find e-copies or what?
Still, as is not to bring so the listener may buy a copy of the paper and swap the stories. Okay, time is just gone 22 minutes past 7 in the city of Lagos. This is the newspaper headliners reaching you from the Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM on your dial. Another story from this day. COP28, Nigeria's positive takeaways.
How much are you going to recoup after spending 3 billion naira and sending a delegation of 1,411 people? Was the president aware that he was traveling with more than 1,000 Nigerians?
He didn't aware.
I'm not. I doesn't think so.
The man didn't aware. Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Did they gather in a lounge or in a departure hall and his eyes didn't pop out and say, all of you going with me? Where are you going to? Cooks, stewards.
I hear 4 planes.
Buried
them.
Meaning what? What?
Okay.
A country that deliberately pollutes its own environment is going to come to go and do what?
With 1,411 delegates.
What were they all doing there?
One job or the
And then the governor of Kaduna State, after the COP28 ended, he didn't come back with the president. He stayed back in Kaduna while his people in the state were crying and dying and seeking justice.
Okay.
God will deliver Nigeria. Citizen Jones.
From
the clutches of bad leadership and bad leaders. He will deliver this country.
All right. Let's take another paper. This time we take The Guardian. Yuletide, Nigerians shelve traveling plans, well, should be travel plans, over insecurity and transport fare.
Of course they will. They will. And I think I'm one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
I'm one of them. I won't be able to make a brother's wedding.
Okay.
Citizen Jones.
Okay, you know one, go show them.
Show them waiting now. If you can't last for the waiting go can't happen. If you lost for the waiting go can't happen.
Okay, 80 Lafia varsity students kidnapped by gunmen. What is?
How many? What's the figure? 80.
No. 10, I beg your pardon. 10,
oh, great,
10.
because I know I had seen 17 yesterday, and both the spokesman of the university and the police PRO in Nasarawa said that they were not even sure of the figures. I think 2 students were thought to have escaped, but all of this is needless. Look, all of this is, so why don't we make self-defense part of the curriculum for enrollment in school? Why don't we say, as we do orientation for new students, let us include self-defense? These things will be tamed. It's not far. We are not living. We're not facing our reality. I don't understand it.
In a country,
we're not facing our realities.
In a country that been overawed by miracle works and so and stuff.
It's not the miracle works that's the problem. Miracles don't obviate. Don't obviate
rationality.
Rationality, of course. In fact, miracles are very rational things.
Okay.
Because hold on. For example, each time Jesus was to do a miracle, he knew exactly what to do to get the result, and he always got the result.
Okay.
So miracles are, they are. You can explain them perhaps after they've happened, but you can explain them.
Okay. Do miracles still?
They happen all the time.
All right.
To this day, they still happen.
Let the miracle happen now. I'll take the next story. IPOB ready to receive Kanu after Supreme Court judgment. I think the date is 15th. IPOB ready to receive Kanu after Supreme Court judgment.
But you cannot tell exactly what the Supreme Court is going to say. So until it has happened,
we can tell the story by the Guardian.
You see, this is a story that leaves room for
speculation.
No. For 90% of prediction as to say, I think I know where this is going. But you are talking of miracles. I mean, I'll look at it more as magic. The judiciary can work in magic, so I can't preempt them. But I could have said I know where this is going, because if you look at the way the lower court has spoken, saying that look, this man, the federal government could never prosecute its own case. But I can't tell what would happen at the court of final opinion until it's out. I can't say.
All right. Allow the court to do its job.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
4,000 illegal connections exist in NNPCL's pipeline. Kyari tells Senate.
Please. I wonder why the president even renewed this term. You see, like the CBN.
Are you going to court?
To go and do what? I won't waste my time and money. See, the thing is this. The NNPC's work is not to be telling Nigerians or the Senate how many illegal connections exist in their pipelines, or how many vandals and hoodlums and whatever our oil thieves are. Your work is to tell us what progress is being made. That's why you're a leader.
Cyril, I should have told you the program will be broken into in another 5-7 minutes. We should receive
calls.
No, this is for 8 o'clock, the 8 o'clock show.
Okay.
We are breaking Citizen Jones this morning. For some 15 minutes should be given to people who discuss real estate business and so on. But some more stories. Let's quickly go to this. Punch. It leads with families face bleak Yuletide over rising food prices, fares, and others. Like the Guardian, like the Punch, of course. If you went to the market now, business is at a very low but what I'm going to tell Nigerians, I'll moralize a bit this morning. Citizen, when things are hard, is the best time to give and show love, because the good book says give
and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed and shaken together, running over. It's a good thing when things are hard.
You're preaching.
No. If well, I said I was going to moralize. When things are hard, it's still best you give. That way, abundance always comes back to you.
Cyril,
it's the best thing I can say. If you want to wait for the president to give palliative,
had a lot of preachments in the country.
Thank God. If you want to take palliative, no problem. You have 3 cups of rice may come to you or your neighbor, and you can go and take. But me, what I know I can, what I will do is what I'm sharing with you.
Cyril, the next story. Obaseki calls for state police. From the Punch.
You know, the irony of it is the champions of restructuring, the champions of fiscal federalism, the champions of constitutional amendment are now in the presidency, and they are eerily and mysteriously mum about all the things that they were preaching. We are talking of preachments. They mounted the pulpit of political morality many years ago, and they were mounting these things. The need for fiscal federalism, the need for urbanization, the need for state police, the need for and then they even went on to create local government LCDs in their state. So what are you now doing now? I nearly said that earlier. Somebody said it one day, and I didn't. I said, "What does it mean?" He said, "This one surprised me, Abi." So I almost said it earlier. But you see, you can't have these discussions without that thing almost coming out of your mouth.
All right, to police absorb ex-NDDC boss, others of 118 million naira fraud. Surprised?
Police has
absorbed.
Why the police? Did the EFCC have a say in the matter? If they didn't, maybe they should pick it up and see, because 118 million is quite a lot of money to. Well, I don't know. This is the police.
If they give you half of it, and you go travel.
No, but the thing is, all the powers vested in EFCC are primarily police powers anyway. If you look at the Criminal Act or the Police Act, you see sections, I think from 97 to about 102, these police powers. But because of the way the police has become in Nigeria, that's why those powers are moved to a separate body. But the police still has concurrent jurisdiction to do this. To do this, maybe because the public will always have some sort of reservations. That's what I'm saying. Did the EFCC also look into it too? All right.
LP denies collaborating. Withdrawing from the PDP and other coalitions.
LP denies withdrawing from PDP. Well, the others coalition. We said it the other time. This is politics at its naked best. If they want to make the most of the chance they have, why not? They would need to form a coalition and have some sort of formidable alternative to the APC. It may not even be for power, but of course it has to be for power. But for me, it's not primarily about power. It's about primarily putting government on its toes and making Nigerians see what government is doing right, and enlightening us, as it were. And then if the occasion comes and people vote for them and they win, it's fine. But primarily is to be able to put government on its toes.
Okay.
Make them look behind their back all the time.
Immortalize Kokori, Delta APC tells FG.
Certainly. And if the federal government will not do it, Governor Oborevori should say, I mean, how much will it cost you? The perfunctory act of what's it called? Naming a roundabout or something. I think those things are fine, but we've gone past that era.
Yeah.
In today's digital space, immortality must be digital. So what you do is, like I said earlier, let's have a way. I mean, and there have been so many of them. When they say names like Michael Emodu, so many people say, who is Michael Emodu? There are Nigerians who have paid the price. Those men that were slaughtered in the Iva Valley massacre during the coal miners' rights strike or something. All these stories that are waiting to be told
in Enugu. Many years ago. These are stories that are waiting to be told. So it's important that we put these things in the space where people can see and know and learn. Yeah. It's okay if you name the roundabout heading to governor's office, Franco Koro roundabout, it's okay, but go beyond that. Yeah.
In some cases we're waiting for people to that so that we can name a university after them. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Let's go beyond that. Let's go beyond that and do something that is more meaningful.
Oni urges Southeast to tackle insecurity.
Interesting. The thing is everywhere. The southwest is insecure. South has its own unique challenges. The north is, I won't say a no-go area, but I mean it's been bedeviled for a long time. So everybody has to take responsibility for his own domain, and see to it that the place is safe. The reason why people can't travel now, as you said, go show. To go show them.
To go show them.
To go show them.
This is the season. Many people are warming up.
You will not. You may not even travel within a mile of your village.
To show anything.
It is true now. It's true. It's true.
All right, Siri, take this. Tantita false Navy's oil theft claim.
That's the rider I almost brought into the story of the NNPC boss going to say that 4,000 whatever 4,000 illegal connections.
By the way, the listener must know Tantita is a company belonging to Ekpemupolo.
Government Ekpemupolo, aka Tompolo.
Bam.
Yeah? And citizen Joe, if you know what happened in Ondo when this face-off took place, somebody said that they were shooting from morning till night. I wasn't there. But the Nigerian Navy, that is constitutionally recognized as the primary guardian of our waterways and territorial waters, stood and was doing na you with a private security firm that has capacity to match the Nigerian Navy. You see, people, Nigerian, if you cannot read between the lines, I can't say more than that. I can't say more than that.
You know, Alfred Hitchcock would have produced a better film.
Goodness gracious me. How is it to the people that they are saying is you? I mean, what else you want me to say?
Yeah, but
that they saw
happily, Cyril, Navy takes free medical outreach to Bayelsa community.
Where did the money come from that they're using to do the free medical outreach? No be oil for Loibi and Bayelsa. So if you took it back there's nothing. But we have gone past all of these things. Nigeria needs to press the reset button, sincerely speaking.
All right, let's quickly move to the Sun newspaper. Coming close on 23 minutes to 8 o'clock. The Sun leads with PDP intrigues over party's leadership.
I believe that somebody has a budget to sponsor instability in all these parties. No, please. Now,
must be a monstrous war chest.
I always talk about my moral side, which is my main side, which is strong. But there's also a political side of me that just wants to observe politics and laugh sometimes. See, this thing you're saying, the PDP, you know what happened after 2015? They had how many chairmen? Because that so Alimodu Sheriff, this one they were fighting up and down. They are heading for that same kind of scenario. It's only a matter of time.
Self-destruction.
No, please. So now, but the truth of the matter is that if our political parties have not learned to insulate themselves from external aggressors and to be able to hold a strong line of morality, value systems, and to say this is what we stand for, then we don't owe them any sympathy when vested interests put in a large war chest, or like you said, monstrous war chest, to destabilize them. They cannot cry for who. If you cry for who, do you not cry to? So they should hold it there.
You cry to chicken.
Yeah, where they go down slaughter for Christmas. So they should hold it there by themselves.
Cyril, let me take you to Ebonyi State. Ebonyi shuts down 5 fake hospitals, 107 quacks sign undertaking.
No, undertaking, and they won't prosecute them.
Sign understanding, please.
I hope the editor got his wording correctly, but it's not enough to sign memorandum of understanding. Sign what understanding?
That's why you must buy
the paper. But it's not to sign any understanding thing. Quackery is the reason why people believe that doctors are some. So what must happen now is that if you've gotten them, prosecute them. There was a man who had such a big practice in Adamawa. They didn't know he was a fake doctor. For a long, had a big practice in Adamawa. In fact, it was one of the biggest in town. Until the enemy went there and said, Oga, you are not a doctor. It was a big issue. It was a very big issue. Imagine such a country.
All right. Imagine this story, Cyril, coming from your state. No level of sabotage can make me surrender my mandate. Fubara. Yeah.
May his name speak for him. He said no more amount of intimidation, sabotage, and so on. But it's not just words, though. It's not just words. Rhetoric is good. It sends confidence to your base. But man, you've got to do more than just speak. Brick House is a place for life for the lion-hearted. You had better known. So no, of course, we call government house in Rivers State Brick House.
Yeah.
Brick House is a place for the lion-hearted. You had better know what you're doing. It's not enough to. I mean, you don't sabat out when you're not holding a sabat yourself. So when you are saying these things, make sure that you are also pressing something well.
Okay.
What I mean by press something, make sure that you have the structure and the backing, to like the lawmakers in House of Assembly and so on, to critical stakeholders behind you to support you and to back you. That's where I stand.
Okay, let's move to the Daily Trust. Hear this: the bearing, the hard truth about Nigerian men and marriage.
And I can see marriages of all hues and sorts. Yeah. Traditional court, I think, I want to believe, Islamic and Christian.
Is marriage traditional, customary?
How?
Marriage is customary.
Okay.
Not
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So the wording has to be corrected. It's of course. Customary marriage, Islamic,
which is the real thing,
Christian, and of course,
the two families
of course
meeting,
and the dowry being given. She becomes your wife, and then but the hard truth about Nigerian men and marriage. What have Nigerian men done? Could this be a guilty as charged? I know that in different cultures, marriage is viewed differently. So, for example, in the Southeast, a man would rather settle. You know what I mean? Settle before he marries. He may even say he wants to build a house first. He wants to get some money, because he would say that he does not want to bring another man's daughter and make us and put her through suffering. I hear that a lot from my friends. So they say that a lot. In some other parts of the country,
I have a queer reaction to this. Do you know, if you have a girl child in the mix of your children, you are sure to be a grandfather in good time.
In good time, yes. Yeah.
So as opposed to if you go for my son, before your son marry,
he may tell you that he wants to get a PhD first, and then in other tribes where having a child early, is seen as treasure.
Okay.
Yeah. Regardless of the moral implications of that, they just want to, once you are 18, you should go have a.
But you have more than 3 now.
No, just 2 boys.
Okay.
And I waited until I was married.
You could have done it otherwise.
I wouldn't have.
No, Siri, I have another story. I'm confused over moving to Senate or staying in Tinubu's government. Lalong.
He's confused. He should not be confused.
He's the Minister of Labor.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No. He has won his case. He's now senator.
I know now. So
the man says, being minister and being senator.
I imagine somebody saying that you should be so blessed to the point you are confused which one to even take now. So his colleagues who are senators resigned, which was really a major thing. Resigned and joined the president's cabinet. He's on the cabinet. I want to think that if he had been in the Senate, he most likely would have resigned and joined the likes of Devu Mahi and some other senators who resigned to join the cabinet.
You have no right to think for him.
Well, I'm assuming without conceding. So, I mean, you can't rule out the possibility. Concession. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. Lastly, we take the Vanguard. It leads with this: beware of fake naira notes in circulation. CBN alerts Nigerians.
It couldn't be further from reality. CBN. Why don't we have enough notes in circulation? Why are they CBN? Why do the banks not have enough money to dispense? Why? I condemn criminality and I condemn crime, but you are creating the atmosphere for this to thrive. So don't do it. Stop it. Money has been circulation. Provide the money. You cannot allow sickness, the body to go to fall sick, and then be talking about medication, right or wrong. This scarcity is inorganic. Are they not prosecuting Emefiele for the same thing from last year? So the question is, so what has changed? Your duty is not to tell us that there's fake money. Look, believe me, money.
I think you are familiar with the French saying, the more things change,
the more they remain the same.
Yeah.
Look, money is not necessarily what the CBN says is money. Money is anything we accept as a unit of exchange. I can tell you, people will regrettably and tearfully be exchanging fake nairas very soon. If this government will not wake up to do what is right. Is the president aware of this? What has he told the CBN governor to do?
All right, let's end.
Citizen Jones, the CBN should convoke an emergency meeting to address this matter.
Okay.
It's like seriously.
No vex. We end on an Anambra note. Soludo's government runs 23 MDAs with 6 permanent secretaries.
I don't know what Mr. Soludo is up to. You know, when he was running for governor of Anambra State, I declared famously on a TV station, I said, Soludo's track record is longer than the track itself. But now that the
tendency to overshoot the runway is there.
I don't even know, because I don't think he's I'm not sure he has reposed the confidence I put in him. I mean, this is because, of course, if I praised him when he was running for governor, I can criticize him when
this is not to say that economists cannot run a state.
So what has he achieved? That's my question. What has he achieved? Has he turned down? Has he industrialized Anambra?
Too early in the day?
It's not too early in the day. The money shows the day.
All right.
The least he could have done is to set up, and a lot of international donors will be willing to help you. Why don't you have what's it called? A power project that makes, and then get people to come. You can industrialize.
Seriously, the thing where you talk now just reminds me of something that happened years ago.
You can industrialize.
A prominent Nigerian from the same Anambra owned an airline. I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
And my friend was the MD, and made to tell him, Organa like this we go for do. The man said, if I owns the airline, you are my MD. If you know that much, why you not establish your own? So it's natural.
No, but Governor Soludo could do a lot better. I don't feel him. I'm not feeling him.
Okay then, the papers are we are done with the papers. The stories are in. If you feel in any way, provoked by any story or stories we shared, take advantage. Let's get cracking now. The line will be 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Can't seem to hear anything. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm very, very, very sorry, but I've just been able to put you on air. Please start by telling me your name, where you're calling from. I'm sorry about this. Yeah.
Yeah. My name, I'm Ola from Surulere.
Ola, you are on now. Quickly.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So the issue about how the government handled the incident in Kaduna, I think the government has acted well. They will not sack chief of army staff for the sake of sacking sake. Because Sheikh Gumi talk, then they will now sack Chief of Army Staff, sack the minister. Will that solve the problem? Is that the solution to the problem? They need to investigate, know where the problem comes from, and deal with it so that it will not happen. Not to play to the gallery.
Without meaning to play the devil's advocate here,
yes.
Are you familiar with the fact that we don't punish wrongdoing in this country?
I'm familiar with it, but we should not, because we want to punish the wrongdoing and be making more mistakes, committing more error.
Okay, you and I must allow the investigation to be completed.
Investigation first.
Thank you. Yeah,
this thing has happened to America before now.
Okay.
They drop bomb on their allies.
So it must happen here.
It has happened here 3 times before.
Good.
Booming did not make any noise.
Okay.
Because booming is making.
Ola, thank you. Other listeners are waiting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. 0700 903 903 903. Which story or which stories caught your fancy? How do you react to it or to them? Take advantage now. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Senior Citizen Jones.
I greet you, sir.
Yeah, it's Nemeka on the line, sir.
Yeah, Nemeka, welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Very good morning to you, sir.
Yeah. I wish you guys a compliment of the season more.
Nemeka, you have 60 seconds. Go on.
I know. Citizen Jones, my take go to this issue that happened at Kaduna there. I beg you, this one, in this issue, the head must roll on this issue, please.
Nemeka, you don't have to beg me and Cyril. Allow government to do.
I know. I'm not two people. I'm begging them. I'm begging them to do right things this time around.
Okay.
Let them take people out of work so that others will sit well.
Okay.
Because if every day we are romancing wrongdoing, when will we get it right?
Or romancing the story.
Somebody are saying now, let them do the investigation early and look at, before them talk, it's after 1 week, before president shall talk about the issue. Then see the vice president and the governor going there pretending like they are working.
We got you. Thank you. 0700 903 903 903.
The question is, should they be supervising this investigation? Should they remain in the same space and be supervising the investigation?
Mine is, it's happened once too many times.
Goodness sake.
Another call is here. Good morning.
Cyril Jones, good morning. This is Obi calling from Ikeza. Cyril, I agree to.
I salute you, sir.
All right, sir.
Cyril, is this 3 billion COP28 or what? Why is it that the civilized world and Nigerians are wasting their money in climate change? Why the problem of the climate change is the same-sex marriage? Men and women, men marrying themselves and women married. That is the problem. It's biblical. They should go and check what is happening. There's no problem with climate change, please. Thank you very much.
I think I align with this caller.
Okay, you see where he's coming from.
There are a lot of serious things to address, sincerely speaking.
Let me take another call. Good morning to you.
Good morning. This is Benjamin from Showmanship.
Yes, Benjamin.
Good morning, it's time. Asiri.
Good morning to you.
My take this morning is in respect of Kaduna bobbing error. Error too many. Every now and then.
Keep your radio out of it. I'm hearing me over your radio. It's not proper, please. All right.
That's it.
Okay.
Every now and then, error. And people are dying, innocent people.
Kaduna on my mind.
What happened that there is a crime against humanity? Maybe we just don't know what we're dealing with. It's a crime against humanity. Is it the Geneva Convention 1977? There's precision bombing. The thing is that, so the procedure, our tradecraft, what really went wrong?
And the Air Force, it is said
something went wrong somewhere.
The Air Force said it advised against it. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Citizen Jones and Mr. Park.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir.
This is Tony calling from Anambra Kingdom. This Kaduna bombing is a serious matter.
Yeah.
And like you said, even if there's an investigation now, the investigation will be monitored.
Is that all? Okay, room for one more call, and then we pack it all in. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, I greet you.
Yeah, my name is Davidson Oba. I'm calling from Ejibo.
All right, Davidson, go on.
Yeah, I'm reacting to the news that CBN is alerting the nation of circulation of fake currency in the country.
Yeah.
What exactly are they doing about it? And again, why did they allow the currency in circulation to be minimized so that nobody can get what he's looking for from the bank at this moment, where everybody is looking for money to do some things, this time, especially during the Yuletide period? That's my question.
Okay, and sometimes you wonder if we really know what we want. Thank you. Cyril, that will be the last thing.
Should they about do it? When this Christmas season is the time people want to share, want to show love, want to be around family and friends, even want to travel. The CBN should not be telling us that there's counterfeit.
I hear Christmas is the time where you spread goodwill, if nothing else.
A large amount of it.
Yeah. So what's up? What are we doing with and to ourselves? Cyril, many thanks. As you think Christmas, think Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Okay, we are out of here. Newspaper headliners should be here next week. Bye-bye now. But please wait for our next show, just around the corner.
To inform. Recently, that people are getting to know about themselves, about their physique. That is women, black women. Educate. So what you need to do now is go to www.
and also entertain you.
Tractor systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
This is Voice of the People. But wait a minute. When it's time to speak your mind, where do you go? Don't go too far. Here at Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM, we give you a voice.
For the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 081.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream delight in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, First Town, 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Voice of the People Radio.
This is Voice of the People. We can hear your voice.
Choose to give regardless. I'm open-minded, you know, violence. Talk my own silence. Choose to give, we go touch them. Show some love regardless. I just let you know.
Number one super dial. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV, show up, speak up.
All right, let's push your listening a notch higher. We go into Citizen Jones this morning. This is when we interrogate, issues thrown up by the Nigerian state, just so you know. And that's the essence of radio. This morning, we raised the question, is 2027 here already for President Tinubu? The hawks are at work. The hawks are at work. So let's go. In Africa, the impression is given, rightly or wrongly, that political timing is not of the essence. But political scientists would tell you emphatically it is. Again, on our continent, a so-called dark continent where politics is a zero-sum enterprise, playing by the rule book is out of the question. And so in Nigeria, our Nigeria, the next general election, which comes up every 4 years, begins the day you are inaugurated. A group known as the Consolidated All Progressives Congress Grassroots Movement, CAGRAM for short, says it has commenced grassroots mobilization for President Bola Tinubu ahead of the 2027 general election. To the chairman of CAGRAM, Salisu Magaji, to the chairman of Kagram, Salisu Magaji, Tinubu's political feats since assuming office in May 2023 is the key. And the question is he right? Is he right? I have two gentlemen to break the subject matter. Let me introduce Mr. Akin Fatunke. You're familiar with him by now. He's a chartered accountant, but also a political commentator. I greet you, Mr. Fatunke. Good morning.
I accept your greetings, Citizen Jones. Good morning, Nigerians, and good morning, friends of Nigeria. It's nice to be here.
All right, then. Akin will be joined by Cyril Abaku. Cyril will join us very shortly. So, but how do you open? Did you hear my opener?
Yes, I heard your opener. And, politics being a game, by my definition, that you cannot put a lead as to the kind of boundaries, whether morality, ethics, reality that you can find. I don't know, politicians do the things that they do, and you begin to wonder what's going. I mean, is it not too early? What about scorecard? What is the position of capacity to deliver? Why are we now thinking of grouping and regrouping? I mean, if we did all the things that we do by way of long-term vision, whether it's economy, whether it's social, whether it's education, whether it's medicine, Nigeria would have been a better place. We are so short and short-sighted, looking for quick and easy gain. Even nature hurts such a rush, because if you plant a seed, it will take time before you water.
Mine is this: when you say politics appears not to have rules and so on, even Cyril here will tell you that wrestling and boxing have rules.
They have rules of engagement.
Yeah.
They have rules of fouling. They have rules of starting. They have rules of finishing.
So why not politics?
So politics, when this gentleman, Rob, made the point that politics is who gets what, where, when, and who. The when introduces whether the short, mid, or long term into it. And you see, Citizen Jones, it looks as if politicians in this part of the world, they see further than what we see, they know better than what we know, and I don't know, the only thing is that the emotional intelligence
you and I know that cannot be necessarily true, because the three minds here are very bright minds.
Yeah, we are bright minds, but we are not thinking of jumping and be conjecturing and then be putting the jigsaw puzzle of 2027 now.
Okay,
it's not looking very logical to me.
Don't blow your top just yet. Let me meet and greet Cyril Abaku. Cyril, thank you for electing to stay back.
Good morning once again.
Yeah, but Cyril, the 40th American president, you remember him?
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, he said politics bears a semblance to the oldest profession on the planet.
Aha, I see the point.
The oldest profession is what?
And
it's prostitution.
Cyril go tell you.
I wanted to remind Cyril because maybe he was not born at that time. So
when the thing started,
it depends on on what you call the oldest profession. But we
are not talking about two professions, Cyril.
Well, I don't know. Okay. I don't know about
that. I think he said you were not born.
I think he got enthralled by that. So, sorry, Cyril. No vex.
It's okay. But the argument here has to be that it is not the right course of action, or appears not to be the right course of action, to begin to, as we say, I'm borrowing the cliche now, heat up the polity this early in the morning, this early in the day, when you consider the fact that a president has just been inaugurated. It's less than a year. This is just about this is the president's seventh month in office.
Yeah. He will clock 7 on the 29th.
What's creating the jitters? What's causing the fear? What's bringing the concern?
Politics.
But there's a pragmatic side to it, which is to say that politics in the end isn't determined necessarily by performance in office. It's not. Our democracy, for example, is a very...
Do Nigerians appear to know the difference?
Oh, I mean, this is a very deep question, whether they know the difference.
Yeah.
I don't think they...
Does it matter? And does it matter to them?
Yeah, so I think they don't appreciate it. They don't care. They don't. So, for example...
They couldn't be bothered.
No, they couldn't be bothered. So for example, like I talked about the question of Akeredolu versus Aida Tiwa. It's not so much about Akeredolu and Aida Tiwa. Somebody told me the other day confidently, like, look, this thing is about the people themselves who are saying the deputy governor shouldn't ascend the throne, the seat of governor, because
we apologize for that.
Yes, because it will alter the political calculation in the state. And so if you now go against that grain, it will look like you are
swimming against the
tide or between the people.
Yeah.
But like I said, leadership's responsibility is to show the way, the right way. You know, like when they say, train up a child in the way he should, the way he ought to go. So leaders have a responsibility to understand better than the people, and going that way, then let people follow them. So in the case of the presidency, the groups campaigning for the president for 2027, I believe they are doing the pragmatic thing, but they ought to be called to order.
By?
No, I mean they
ought to be called.
The presidency and the APC.
Oh, okay.
Because they are called what's the name now? Coalition of conglomerated something.
No. Consolidated
All Progressive Congress. I mean, come on. It couldn't be nearer home than that.
Akin, but take you back to the Abacha years. You remember, youth earnestly asked for Abacha and 1 million madmen march. How they call them?
Kanu, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I saw that. And it tells you from...
So no be today.
No, not only name say no be today. Like the Bourbons of France, we have learned nothing. We have chosen not to...
And forgotten nothing.
And we have chosen... I'm sorry if I'm sounding fatalistic here. Part of petition. You know, politicians believe they know who is going to be alive tomorrow. They know who amongst them, you know, by their jigsaw will be dead. They know what is going to happen at the other side of midnight. So it is not... President Jones, the young man, Abaku, was talking about pragmatic and strategic. He may have a point, really, because at the end of the day, this thing is business. And your business has to be short, mid, or long term. To the best of my knowledge.
So business not they play by the rules?
Business, sometimes business go to the court truth. I mean, the end justifying the means at the end of the day.
Let me sound silly this morning, but do you realize that even armed robbery has ethics?
Because it's a business of some sort. Negative. When you talk about the Alibaba and the 40 thieves, now we now begin to talk about the rule of decency. What happens in our politics clearly is the fact that sense of shame is gone off the roof. And in any case, about what you should also tell us to nail it is the fact that our politics is not determined by one man, one vote. The politicians, like I said, they know what we don't know. They plan in the nocturnal period. They go to the shrines, whether it's Okija, they go take their baths. They go sign
unprintable things.
Unprintable things, but for crying out loud, Cecil Jones, just this program that we are talking about. I mean, 2 days, 3 days of planning. You have to be here at the time. You have to be here. Your guests have to be here. You do all the planning. Anything can go. Can go wrong.
There's no armor against trade.
So when you do your planning and then you do your scenarios and then you ask the what if, You understand? Recognizing that even the equipment could fail here and there. The politicians are incurable optimists in a way that whether you like it or you do not like it, we are going to plod and go ahead, which is a shame. Now, at the end of the day, what suffers development, progress,
the people,
and
the people
them all crazy becomes the rule of the game. Mr. Baku nearly stopped short because I saw that you wanted to push him into something, and when you asked him that does it make sense, no, you asked him, you said who should stop it. Ask that question of anybody. The person will first of all have to, hold brakes more. The person that can stop it is the Chief Samura himself, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the current President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria
and Commander-in-Chief,
must rise up to the occasion and stop.
So you can't act for me. Don't act for me. That's what they should be saying.
Yeah.
But you see, citizen, because
Syria, I was. Make I not forget. Yeah, I was going to ask, if you were a professional, you go into politics, is it possible that you can attempt to right some wrongs? Is it in Nigeria?
No, it's possible.
Okay.
It's very possible. And we've seen.
You can be straight in a rough jacket because the jacket is rough.
No, so you can, but I mean, you can't fold your arms. Governor Alex Oti in Abia, for example, is doing the much he can. He's doing the much he can, straightening out some rough areas. So I mean, if it were all good and smooth before you got there, then really, what's there to do? For me, I've always said leadership is a verb. All great leaders are born in difficult times, in distress. They come into office. Roosevelt, for example, came in during the Great Depression, and in 100 days, Putin. That it was even from Roosevelt that first 100
days started. Yeah,
thing came. So we can always create something out of nothing. But where I'm going really is this: we need to face this matter. I like politics. That is, I like talking about it and observing it from a very disinterested point of view, especially when it comes to crass. To what they call realpolitik. The president's attempt to rally African his colleague presidents and to say that the coup in Niger required military intervention didn't go down well with the North. The way he has been appointing his aides and people around him, the North feels that he's cheating he's cheating them. Now you've seen this Kaduna bombing that took place. And prominent voices are coming up to say this was premeditated. Because again, I will say it. I don't believe that the Kaduna bombing was deliberate, but he is not handling it well. And if somebody of no less stature of Sheikh Gumi is saying this was planned, go and check what Daily Trust has been writing. As a national Daily Trust is like the voice of the North. Daily Trust is a go-to source for what the North is saying, is thinking, is doing. Daily Trust has called it Kaduna massacre. They're not calling it bombing. Some people are saying TVC says error bombing. China TV saying accidental bombing. At Punch also, Daily Trust has said Kaduna massacre. You don't see this kind of thing and now leave it and say just leave it. Every wrong will right itself. The president ought to be acting more than just traveling, sending the vice president to go to Tinubu to say. Government is doing everything it can. The chief of defense have saying we apologize. Then later they said that they'll be more precise when they're bombing. All of these things, Northerners are educated people. You've committed a crime against humanity. How do you solve this kind of problem? The president wants to first, because I'm beginning to assume now that since he has not addressed the Kagram and they've been quiet, it means one way that they like what Kagram is doing. So they are having to reach out not to the Oba of Benin or to the Oni of Ife or to the Amayanoba of Okrika or to the Obi of Onitsha. They are reaching out to Northerners. So that is why the problem really is. I just think that beyond the politics, they also need to deal with practical issues.
Yeah,
see,
Mr. Baki,
that's what I think.
The point you are raising, because by the time you begin to compartmentalize them, unfortunate massacre in the village in Kaduna.
Bombing.
The economy, social unrest here and there. You can mention them. There are 17 SDG goals for which we are seeing virtually red. As much as I would not want to delve into that other one, I mean, fear is fear. It may not be enough, but I think the president has taken some action. And this kind of politics will always take place. If my dear friend Shegumi and the Delegates are saying what they need to say, it defines the politics. Who is the chief of army staff? Who is Lagbaja? Where is he from?
Exactly.
If that person was supposed to be from the north, a different song is going to be sung.
Sorry, sir.
It was going to be
not least when the way the Air Force quickly came out and said we have no hand in this bombing. And yesterday, the leaders were saying that sources said that the Air Force even advised against the bombing. I mean, just tells you.
What I will advise is, let's go through the process. Let investigation conclude. Let's mourn the dead the way we should mourn them. But I was interjecting into what you were saying. I said, is it possible, based on Citizen John's question, for you to be rough in a straitjacket? And you made a statement. Your statement, I think, also resonates with me. Raji Fashola, when he was governor of Lagos, kept on saying it. He said it at the business school, as a guest invitee to talk about politics. I mean, you are a technocrat and you are in politics. Then he made a fundamental statement that if professionals run away from politics, we end up with the riffraffs and the ragtags ruling us. And when you mention Alex Oti, of Abia,
in Abia currently,
that's a good ray. Citizen Jones, constitutionally, this group of people amalgamated or they are not amalgamating or whatever it is,
consolidated,
and they are consolidated or disuniting, whatever it is, goes to the root of the matter about our constitutionality. One aspect of it being that, should we really be talking about 2 terms for a governor or a president? Because a gentleman or a gentle lady comes into office within 1 month, 7 months, is thinking of, is going to leave governance and will be thinking of hailers and whalers, coming at him, whether he's going to go for 2nd time or 3rd time, and then he will kind of lose focus. I think it rebalances a particular focus issue with us. Is this constitution fit for purpose? Is this what we should be looking at?
Akin, are you not scandalized that young graduates, or if you like, fresh university graduates will pride themselves on working as a PA to a politician?
I am not only scandalized,
to the exclusion of the discipline that he or she would have brought out from the classroom.
No, the discipline that the person will bring out from the classroom is not getting him a job. It's not putting food on his table.
This is the problem.
And because it's not putting food on his table, the next best thing is either to become a pastor, an imam, or a shrine owner, or a politician. Okay. Those are the 3 things that pay. And if you went to the university and you went to rake degrees, people in your village will now begin to ask you questions, and the degree will chop. Why are you not going to?
So in Nigeria of 2023, governors have powers; they can do and undo. If a young man was given the chance to be the PA to a politician or an assistant to a governor or something like that, let's face the reality. That person could be made citizen. That person, and I'm using that word "made" in block capital. People will even kill for it.
Yeah.
Because the governor could, with a signature, give you a house, give you cars, give you just anything.
And you would have been said to have arrived.
Exactly. But the point is, let's not forget, in 70 something or so, when a young Nigerian man by the name of Ode Ofemo came out of University of Ibadan, 1st class honors in political science. the school told him that they would even waive he should go and do PhD straight from the story I had. He stood between that and the offer of becoming chief of Obafemi Awolowo's private secretary. PA. Which one did he choose? He chose to be Obafemi Awolowo's.
Yeah, to work with Awolowo.
Awolowo. Because working, yes.
Yeah.
Because there was
I'm following
there was idealism at that time.
Yes, because working with a man like that was sufficient political civilization back in the day.
To sharpen whatever he has done.
Yes, he has gotten from school.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so what is the end result? Please, what's the end result?
No.
He became okay. Because Odia is very well known to me. He became a professor of professors. Seriously speaking.
No, but of course, yes.
He has written so many other books.
I wonder why he has not been given an honorary doctorate by any of the
what we
universities.
have now is a situation you become a PA, you are not contributing anything.
Intellectually.
What happens is that you go to COP28 and stuff like that, sitting in a private jet and all that kind of stuff, and be taking high-fi, contributing to the fact that Nigeria is not producing. You are not contributing anything to the real politics that Abaku was talking about. So it's a wide difference. Politics that we see in this country is a capacity not to have been able to pay your dues, contribute anything meaningfully.
We're in trouble.
But at the end of the day, you become one of the 20 that Pareto analysis talked about. One of the 20 that will continue to corner the commonwealth of the state. It cannot happen. It can't continue to go on like that. And the only way, apart from mind restructuring, is to have a tailor-fit constitution that I think will begin to address some of these issues.
Just gone 25 minutes past 8. Let me announce that the show will end rather early because we are going to have 15 minutes to talk about estate management.
Oh, okay.
The presenter is here. So
okay. Real estate manager. Realtor. Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Realtor, just so you know.
Okay. All right.
So a professional in politics will be messed up?
He may not be, but that depends on what you call messing up or not messing up. You see, the fact is that...
No, I'm asking because I remember the quotes credited to late Napoleon Bonaparte. He said, quote, one way of remaining poor is to be honest.
No, this is the point. Now, you see...
Did you hear me?
Of course I did. Even in political science, there are tendencies. Isn't that so? There are realists, there are pragmatists, there are classicists, and so on. The pragmatic tendency will tell you that you begin. In fact, the way you win the first election will remember that you can win. You can even win the second election. The matter on the table now about Kagram reaching out to the north on behalf of Mr. President. I was outlining the reasons why they needed to do this. One, the president has appointed more of his kinsmen into office. The north is not happy with that. Number two is the fact that when the president said he was going to invade Niger over the coup, they said an attack on Niger is an attack on the north. They told him point blank. And you see, it's not just about...
vacillated.
Of course he did. And it's not just about we vex for you run. That you even try to do it will have consequences. Number three, a prominent national daily. I'm just looking at...
So
I'm just speaking kit.
Rub my back, I go rub your back.
What he has done, he has pinched their back. So he will now have to heal it. And before he will even start rubbing it. And they've told him 4 years. I'm thinking that these people have told, okay, you need you may even need more than 4 years to do that. So beginning early this early pays the pragmatic school.
So Cyril, you are saying in other words that the politics of Nigeria of who gets what, where, and whom lies squarely, tangentially with the north.
Are we new to this?
No, hang on.
Are we new to this?
No. Actually, let's face it. You are saying the north. What about the southeast?
Because
wait. Okay. Is the southeast also happy? No. What happens at the end of the day is that the president comes in from wherever the angle that he comes in, and then he begins to be prependal. He begins to choosing his kinsmen here and there. What is that telling you? It's telling you that we are operating a state, pretending we have a federation, and also pretending that we have a country. We are different countries here and there. And I hear you very clearly. When the North said, for instance, the incubus North now said, you should not go and attack Niger. What was the West saying? What was the East saying? What was the North Central saying? So wherever is the coloration of the president at any point in time decides something, whether good or bad, and then the rest will not follow. My point is simple. We are having distractions here. And the distractions are coming one time too early. All men and women of goodwill, youths, okay, physically challenged, those who are not challenged physically but who are also having a bit of a challenge, much more than the ones that are physically challenged, must rise up in unit and tell this president, as far as I am concerned, this is the president there right now, and tell him the honest truth. Hey, Mr. President, you either do what you need to do or you are going to continue to lose the goodwill of the people. That is one. Secondly, the checks and balances and controls that we have, even though all hands are all together, should tell Mr. President, you've got to come and address the state of the nation. When these things begin to happen, these are signs of very bad omen. What I like to see you, Mr. President, is the promises that you have given to us about New Hope. How are you bringing down unemployment? How are you going to look at security? How are you going to be looking at the Japa thing? Those are the things that I think you should, as president, be looking at. So, and then the National Assembly, what exactly are you then doing? Allowing these things to now begin to come up.
All right.
Not doing anything is dangerous.
Okay.
Pure and simple.
Cyril, you are familiar with this. Groucho Marx, the American comedian and actor, he said, politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies.
So I think the president, those who have turned themselves into food soldiers for the president realize that they can't make this sort of mistakes, and that a lot has already happened within these first few months that warrants the need for a
real focus.
Yes, yeah. for sitting down to no, I'm not talking of governance. So governance may remain a casualty for another 4 years. Look, the thing is, I like to face the matter the way it is and just talk about it. I told you that there's a moral side of me that abhors all of this. But when I see politics, real politics, there's a sense in which I just want to observe and watch, and it's all too clear. Look, with what has happened in the past 7 months, it can cause what. Lastly, Kanu, where the NNPP and the APC are going toe to toe, or how do we put it? Head to head,
neck and neck.
Neck and neck. So much so that after the tribunal, the appeal court has said that the governor didn't win the election. From nowhere, I don't know who did. Until today, nobody has been arrested. Nobody has. They said it was an error. It was not an error. Citizen Jones, you don't have the court judgment that error of how many paragraphs.
Go to court.
Cyril, what I was saying,
we are watching.
No.
Okay.
We are
maybe I shouldn't go there.
We are terminating the show here. Right. Remember, I told you about 15 minutes to talk real estate.
All right.
It might interest you too. Let me go public. If you are a listener and you want to be a part of this, why not? 0700 903 903 903. Question. Is 2027 rather, is 2027 here already for President Tinubu? The hawks are at work. You have anything to say? 0700 903 903 903. Let's get you talking. The line is free. Well, maybe as the Americans say, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, I ain't seen nothing yet. The hawks are here. Maybe the saboteurs are also here. You know, the jagbajanchis are all here.
But the question is, why would Mr. President tell them to stop?
I greet you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the odds are very, very here. And one of them is the one series coaching that always come up and try to cause division. The statement of Sheikh Gumi is totally unbecoming of him to be saying something like that. So if he is not an authority, doesn't have any right to speak for the North, not the leader of the North.
I don't think Gumi was speaking for the North.
And he's not the leader of the Muslim. Sultan is the leader of the Muslim.
Yeah.
And Sanusi. So he cannot be coming. We know who he's speaking for. He's speaking for the terrorists. He should not be speaking for the people.
Okay.
So we cannot take him serious.
Right.
Thank you. And Siri should stop quoting him and causing division. Thank you.
0700 903 903 903. Cyril, stop causing.
Sometimes it's difficult to tell to. Okay.
If you speak the truth, you are always alone. Good morning,
again,
sir. Yeah.
I'm greeting you, all of you in the studio there.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
My Bible told me that the heart is and blessed is wicked. I think that heart belongs to Nigerian politicians who spend their time thinking of evil and not anything good for the citizens. That heart belongs to them. Very wicked people. I think if God should come down to destroy the country today, it is the politician that will be the first victims. So let's pray that they will change. Good people like this in other states, so that our country can have good rulers.
Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you too. We must end it here.
Yes, and in any, I believe that common sense will prevail. I predict that a forward-looking president must come out and distance himself and distance his politics from what is playing out here. And again, curiouser and curiouser, day in, day out, Citizen Jones, we begin to see things that rear up their heads. Cyril talked about the bombing or the deliberate or non-deliberate that happened, and talking about economics, talking about so many other things. The only way and cure is to say to ourselves, this democracy is not working in the way it is envisaged. We must go back, sit down, restructure, and look for a best way for us.
Yeah, Cyril.
But the president should quickly take notice of crackdown and distance himself from it and get them to stop what they are doing. Or the APC too, because they put APC in the middle. It's too clear. It's too clear. So they should stop it.
Thank you. Akin Fatunga, many thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Citizen Jones.
Cyril, the boys are waiting for you. Okay.
Thank you.
No.
Akin, he has two boys.
No. When you say boys, please make sure you qualify that.
Okay.
There are boys and there are boys. There are boys in the
Taminoye and Taminose are waiting for me.
There are boys up north, there are boys up there, but I know you are talking about.
Okay.
Very fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're out of here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, folks, let's sorry about that, folks. Let's talk about estate management. What is new about it? I have a guesting now, Sunday Okechukwu. Sunday Okechukwu, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Sunday is by definition the marketing manager of Kudos Homes Limited. They are real estate people.
Yes. Let me quickly introduce myself again. My name is Sunday Okechukwu Enyita, the marketing manager of Kudos Homes Limited. Kudos Homes Limited is a real estate company. We buy and we sell landed property.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Lagos or around the country?
Yes, our office is actually located in Lagos. We have properties in Lagos, Ogun State, and also in Enugu, Nigeria.
All right. Buying and selling landed properties comes with peculiar wahala.
Yes.
Break that down for me.
But not all the time when you do the right thing.
What are the peculiar wahala? Let's say
the peculiar wahala, it depends on where you are buying from. If you buy from real estate, I think the wahala will be less. In fact, there will be no much wahala on you because
we know estate agents that have cheated Nigerians out of their money.
You are right. Whatever that has good had the bad part of it. Okay. Are you getting me? So that is why we are here to make a difference, because we always keep to our words. Whatever that we say, we always deliver according to how we say it. So our company, as I said earlier, we don't compromise. We tell you from the beginning. Even if there is any additional charge you are going to pay, we tell you from the beginning, not when you get to a certain stage. We start telling you something else. And when we tell you that we're going to give you your land on the so day or so month, your land will be given to you once you are done with your payment. So, and let me quickly run through all our products that we have in Lagos and Ogun State and Enugu State. I'm going to start with Kudos Villa. Kudos Villa is located at Okegun, Ibejuleki, just 5 minutes away from the Eleko Junction, and it goes for 11 million naira with C of O, and is along the road. And we have another one almost at the same location.
Size?
Yeah, size is 500 square meter a plot.
Otherwise, for the man on the street, it's 60 by 120.
No, it's 50 by 100. Okay.
50 by 100.
Yeah. I understand where you're going. So, and the second one is called Dew Garden. It's still in the same location. That one goes for 3.5 million naira, also for a plot. And we have the other one at the Ishuo Ekpe. Ishuo Ekpe is 700,000 naira for now. And
the same size?
The same, yes, okay. Yeah, but not the same location.
Okay, I know.
Yeah. So, issue is just by the Ekpeto Gate and the Jebode, by that area. It's good for 700,000 naira. And we have this one hot cake that we gave our location last 2 weeks for Agbowa Ikorodu. Agbowa Ikorodu is a horse selling land, and it goes for 650,000 naira, and definitely before month of February, Agbowa will hit up to 1.5 million naira because of the infrastructure work that we are putting in place in Agbowa.
Instrumentally?
Yes, definitely you can pay instrumentally because
or
of
pay
the
at
people.
once.
You can pay at once, you can pay instrumentally. Where our instrumentally, you can even spread it to even the 650,000 that I'm talking about, you can spread it for up to 3 months. But if you are going for 6 months, there will be additional charges. And I will quickly call our phone number before I move to other properties, so that if you want to book an appointment, you can do that. And the phone number to call is 070. Sorry, the phone number to call is 070 460 14663. Let me call it gradually. 070 460 14663. Let me move further to other products that we have. We have this new one at Umuketu Ekpe. Umuketu Ekpe is sold for 600,000 naira. It's just a few minutes away from the Ketu roundabout Ekpe, and we are running a Christmas promo on those products that I just mentioned. And if you buy a plot of land, you are going home with a bag of rice, 2 plots, a bag of rice, and a gallon of oil, 3 plots, a bag of rice, a gallon of oil, and a chicken. And if you do 6 plots, that is 1 acre, you are going with a deep freezer, a bag of rice, gallon of oil, and a chicken. So, and you can pay instrumental, as I said earlier. So you don't have an excuse not to own a property. You know, there's an Oliver Diko music that I listened to those days. He said a tenant cannot plant a flower. When the landlord asks you to leave, you started, carry your flower again. So it's better for you to be a landlord. When you be a landlord, you can, in fact, you can turn the whole your house to a garden of flowers. Yeah. So it's better to own a landed property. Then I'm moving to Enugu, the coast city, the hot in town, and we have a product there called the Fairview Estate Enugu. Fairview Estate Enugu is just 5 minutes away from Godfrey Okoye University and 20 minutes away from Akanebia International Airport, and a whole lot of other infrastructures around that particular area, and it goes for 900,000 naira. All those goodies that I mentioned in Ketu Ekpe is also applied to that particular product also, and it's a dry land, not the one that you buy after with 900,000 naira after you be using 4 million naira, 5 million to feed the swamp or whatever. So it's a dry land, and as I said earlier, you can pay instrumental. You can pay instrumental. You can call this phone number now and book an appointment with us, and we take you for inspection. And funny enough, our inspection is for free. We go for inspection from Monday to Saturday. Even as I'm talking to you now, there are guys on the way to the site for inspection. So let me call this phone number now. The phone number to call is 070-460-14663. Let me call it again. 070-460-14663. Our office is located at 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, and our website www.kudoshomesLimited.com, Facebook Kudos Homes Limited, Instagram Kudos Homes Limited, and you can type Kudos Homes Limited on your GPS to bring you down to our office. So
yeah, so let's go into a critical aspect of your business.
Yes.
Recently, structures were demolished in Lagos and Abuja.
Yes.
Generated a lot of comments across board.
Yes.
What do you think Kudos Homes Limited is doing or could do to avoid that?
Okay. I do tell people shortcut is bad, and there is no shortcut in life. When you follow the necessary procedure, you won't fall a victim to those kind of incident. Now, number one, as a real estate company, we do our proper finding before purchasing any land. Even if because nobody will say that his mother's soup is not sweet. When we meet the land owner, either the Omonile or the community or individual family, after they have showed us what they want to sell, then we start our own finding. Go to the land, check. Hope this land is not under acquisition land. Hope government will not need this place in future to come. So if
the prospective land buyer should ask this question.
Yes. Because most time the buyers from us think that they are the one that the thing will affect most, but it affects us more because we lose,
and all that.
Yes, we lose a whole lot of money, lose time. We may end up losing our name if we sell a land that is under acquisition to you. Definitely, you will drag us to anywhere. I get him, and we don't want that kind of thing to happen. So we do our proper funding from the earlier, so that we won't fall a victim of that in future. So buying from real estate, especially Kudos Homes Limited, you are over covered.
All right. Are you a listener? Do you feel persuaded by what Sunday Okechukwu of Kudos Homes Limited is saying? Do you have questions to ask? Why not? This is the time to bring them forward.
Just call our office number if you want to.
Make them call our station so that you go here. now. Hold on, Sunday. You are my guest. 0700 903 903 903. What were you going to say?
I think because of time, so that I can run through everything that I need to say, so that they won't take time. You know, some people somebody can call now and start talking about something that happened yesterday on the studio or something, those kind of things. So they can call our office number for more and more inquiry that you want to make. Call the office number, which is 070-460-14663. Let me call that number again, 070-460-14663. stray. So why waiting to have millions in your account before you invest for your future? Before you can become a lord, you need to have a land so that they can call you a landlord. So don't wait. Don't wait until you gather that particular money. Start with as low as 100,000 naira today, because when you invest, that is when you can harvest. So that is it.
Sunday, you see why I'm insisting on the listener calling us.
Yeah.
Because it is easy to reach millions at the same time.
Okay.
By calling a studio line. This is not pushing away.
Okay.
0700 903 903 903. Do you have any query or question for Sunday Okechukwu, Marketing Manager, Kudos Homes Limited? They are real estate agents. Please call us now. We are waiting to get your call. Yeah.
Okay. As I was saying, our office is located at 171 Egbeda Edimu Road, Lagos. And that Enugu is hot selling. And you, as a businessman, you know what happens around university. And this particular property is just 5 minutes away, as I said, from Godfrey Okoye University. So when you have a hostel around that particular area, definitely it will solve very, very well.
All right. We have a caller here. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
Yeah.
I with particular reference to what is happening in Lagos.
Give me your name, where you're calling from. Give me your name.
Okay. My name is Mr. Okonkwo.
Okonkwo, yeah.
Yeah. With particular reference to what is happening to Nigeria, again, they don't know exactly how they plan these things. The moneyless and the landowners will go and negotiate with their people at the office. I promise that they will have a court if they will allow them to sell a land that is not free. They will allow them to do what? To start selling, and then they will be returning their own bits to them.
Do you have a
at the end of the day? Yes, that's why he's there now. He's there. He's listening to me.
What's your question?
I want to know. Does the place have C of O?
We have
anywhere you are selling, do you have a group C of O?
Yeah, we have.
That will make sure that the government will not come back at last to come and start demolishing Igbo property.
Thank you so much.
Demolish property, not Igbo property, please.
Kudos Villa has a global CFO.
But mostly their people know their plans. They don't go by. So, it's only a particular part of section of the country that goes to buy. The innocent people, they don't know. They believe that it is a free land.
So, as I said,
at the end of the day, they start demolishing it. They have plans with their state government.
Listen to Mr. Okechu.
Yes.
So as I said earlier on, we do our proper finding. Are you getting me? And as I said, for example, if such thing happen, which will not happen because we have done our own, play our role as a real estate company. Remember, we have people in the lands. Are you getting me? Nothing happen under the air. So we do, after doing our finding, in case if that kind of thing happen, number one, you're not losing your money. Is that we'll give you another land,
or
we refund you your money, and we don't want that kind of no businessman would like that to happen, and that is why
let me advise the vendor. Okay. Go and get the C of O for any land you are selling before you sell it to any person. No Igbo man is going to buy, even if you sell it even if you give out for free. No Igbo man is ready to take it.
All right.
Go and get C of O for it, or appropriate documents before any Igbo man will buy it.
Are you speaking for all Igbos or speaking for yourself?
Yes, I'm speaking for all. I am speaking for all Igbos.
As who?
As a chairman of a community in this state that is affected.
Thank you.
I'm not an interloper.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not an interloper. I'm talking to you with experience.
Okay.
Yes.
The man has given you the assurance you are asking for. Thank you very much. Yeah, 0700 903 903 903. Let's begin to take it home.
Okay, so as I was saying, owning a property is the best thing that will happen to you, and procrastinating is not good. The little one that you are making today, start saving it. And the best way to save it is in real estate or in a landed properties. And don't allow people to, convince you. We have been hearing this kind of story for years, that this and that, and people still remain in their poverty level, and they have that money in that particular time to invest because of fear and a whole lot of things. Invest in real estate. Invest, you will reap big, definitely. And the number to call again is 070-460-14663. Let me call that number again. 070-460-14663.
Call that number and you end all these fears and so on. I'm sorry we cannot take more calls. But let me thank you, Sunday Okechukwu, Marketing Manager, Kudos Homes Limited, for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, now you know about estate management, which is simply the operation, control, maintenance, and oversight of real estate and physical property.
So that's good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Let me just call that particular phone number and our office address so that I can sign off. The number to call again is 070-460-14663. Our office number is 171 Egbeda Ijimu Road, and www.kudoshomslimited.com. Instagram Kudos Homes Limited, or Facebook Kudos Homes Limited. You can visit us. Come, we go for inspection every day from Monday to Saturday. So don't give excuse.
All right, Sunday, your time is up. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We are out of here, but not before thanking my producer Chidera Nnamdi and thank God Kelechi. This is the Voice of the People Radio, 90.3 FM on your dial. On a Saturday, December 9, 2023.